What do you think of this three capitals idea?
The three capitals idea was brought by the government for decentralization of development and governance, sir. But that actually leads to decentralization up to some extent. The actual decentralization happens when we actually develop the physical
No,
infrastructure.
is it a good idea or not?
Sir, it's good idea up to some extent, sir.
To what extent?
Well, it brings the development to the north coastal region of Andhra and the erstwhile drought-prone parts of the
A
Andhra.
capital will bring development.
No, sir, but up to some extent it will bring the development, sir. But
How?
like if we keep the executive capital in Visakhapatnam,
Hmm.
Srikakulam and the Vijayanagar districts, which are basically somewhat backward districts,
Hmm.
so that will be developed up to
Why?
some extent. Like there would be some investments coming up around the capital.
Why?
Infrastructure would be coming up around
Why?
the capital. Because capital being the power center of the state.
No, but Delhi is the capital of India.
Yes, sir.
But
yes.
most of the investment is not in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Not even in anywhere in the near
Yes,
Delhi.
sir. Yes, sir. Like though Delhi is the national capital, we have
And in
Mumbai, which
Delhi
is
you have
actually
slums, you have poverty, you have in 100 kilometers away you have honor killings and all that.
Yes,
So
sir.
I don't think either socially or economically locating a capital will cause any development, will
yes,
it?
sir. Locating a capital only gives development up to some extent, sir. But the actual balanced regional development, which is state,
So is it a good idea or not?
it's I mean, in terms of decentralization of development, it's not much
Decentralization of
of development and governance.
administration or governance?
Both, sir. Decentralization of governance as well as decentralization of development.
Why you can't develop Srikakulam from Vijayawada?
Yes, sir. We can develop, sir. These are the arguments put forward by the government, sir. But apart from this, the actual development happens when we improve the infrastructure and create job opportunities in the region.
And is it the right time to do it now? Even if it's a good idea.
So, up to some extent, with keeping in view of the revenue deficit problem which the state of AP has, up to some extent shifting the capital from Amaravati to already a city where a well-built infrastructure is there up to some extent is somewhat a good idea, sir. But splitting the capital into three for decentralization of development is something which we have to see, sir.
Something which you have to?
Something which we have to actually analyze and then come to a decision. Because decentralization of capitals, up to what extent it leads to decentralization of development is
What is the length of India's coastline?
it's 7,516.6 kilometers, sir.
And which is the state with the longest coastline?
Gujarat is the state with the longest coastline, sir.
And Andhra has how much?
Andhra has around 970 kilometers coastline, sir.
There is a very prestigious sports academy in Hyderabad.
Yes, sir.
Which one is that?
Pullela Gopichand Badminton Academy is there, sir.
Who are among the most successful proteges of Gopi Chand? Students who have done well.
PV Sindhu is one of the badminton players who is doing exceptionally good.
Now you are a student of mechanical engineering. But with the advent of robotics, mechatronics, do you think mechanical engineering really has too much of a future in India?
So mechanical engineering touches almost every part and parcel of a life, sir. We cannot completely say that the scope of mechanical engineering is vanishing in the context of robotics, but rather we should say we have to increase the scope of mechanical engineering is increasing in the dimension of robotics and mechatronics.
Now, I want to ask you one thing. At one time, government thought of nationalization, so public sectors came into being, public sector banks came into being. Now, today, people are saying we no longer require the public sector. What is your view on this?
So, public sector units and public sector banks were once thought of instruments of socio-economic development for the country, sir. Though they contribute up to some extent to that, but still we have seen many challenges and hiccups in the performance of the public sector banks and public sector units. So to bring in new management and somewhat a good corporate governance structure in the public sector banks and the units, now the government is going for private.
With so many new private sector industries having come up, including in the core sector, do you think there is a logic of retaining the public sector or the public sector banks?
Sir, up to some extent, like after the 1991 LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, and globalization reforms, we have given more scope for the private, and they're very much doing good in giving effective services to the people, sir.
No, answer this
Yes,
question.
but
No.
they do exist some sectors where we actually need to retain the public sector units. There are some
What are
strategic
those
sectors.
sectors? What are those sectors?
Like two sectors which I could name are the nuclear energy sector and also the space sector and also the railways up to some extent.
Now, can you actually tell me, we hear a lot about climate change. What do you think is the real cause of climate change?
The real cause to the climate change is emissions, sir. The greenhouse gas emissions is one of the prime reason for the climate change. The excessive greenhouse gas emissions because of the industrial revolution is one of the major cause for the climate change.
What happens if in case the temperature rises?
So if the temperature rises after some point, it's known as tipping effect. Because of that,
A tipping point.
yes, sir, there is a tipping point beyond which if it crosses, then the earth goes into a vicious cycle. We will be seeing disastrous events taking place and it
What
goes
will be
into
the disaster for India then?
So India with a long coastline of 7,516 kilometers and also mostly like almost 50% of the people are still engaged in the agriculture. So these are the two sectors which
What
face very
happens
much.
to agriculture if in case temperature rises?
Temperatures rises, the climate change effects can be seen in terms of variability in the monsoon and increase in droughts and heat waves, which actually has a major impact on the agriculture, which is mostly rain-fed in India. Sir. That's one of the threat to agriculture.
So, Karthik, what is your option?
My option is public administration.
Public administration. You studied in Visakhapatnam.
Yes, sir. I did my schooling
Schooling
in
in
Visakhapatnam. Sir.
What is Visakhapatnam port? Is it a major or minor?
Visakhapatnam port is a major port. Sir.
What is the difference between the port of east coast of India and west coast?
So ports of west
Like
coast.
Mumbai and Visakhapatnam, if you compare.
Yes, sir.
You studied in Mumbai also.
Yes.
What is the difference between these two ports?
So one of the major differences, the west coast ports are submerged coastal ports, and the ports on the eastern coast are emergent ports. So because of which the western ports have an advantage, and Visakhapatnam is one of the port in the eastern coast which has a natural harbors. And in terms of cargo handling capacity, Visakhapatnam recently has become the third largest cargo handling.
He is asking between west and east. What is it?
West Indies primarily is because of the submerged coast and the emergent coast. So the western side coast is submerged, and also there are less.
Submerged coast.
Yes, because it being a submerged coast, the ports can come up to a major distance into the land.
Coast or shelf, you mean to say?
Coast, sir.
Coast.
Yes.
And there is something known as dolphin's nose.
Yes, sir.
Vishal, what is that?
So that is basically a hill in the Visakhapatnam, which actually takes the shape of a dolphin's nose. So it was named as dolphin.
So your father works in Steel City. That is-
Father was in Hindustan Petroleum Corporation.
Any issue that we are encountering in steel sector in India today?
So one of the challenge to the steel sector as of now is the per capita steel consumption. Per capita steel consumption in India is very less, which we are actually trying to increase it up to target, which was also mentioned in the recent budgets, to increase the per capita consumption of the steel
How will you
by
increase?
focusing more on infrastructure projects and also.
No, in terms of production. Consumption के लिए तो production भी बढ़ाना होगा.
Yes, sir.
How will increase production?
Yes, sir. The major reason for the steel sector challenge is that demand is less in India, sir, basically. So what the government is trying to push the demand by emphasizing more on those sectors which actually create demand for the steel, such as the infrastructure projects.
Demand is less.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? We have so many things like railway reforms is there, airports, urbanization, national highways,
Yes, sir.
okay, greenfield ports,
Yes, sir.
brownfield ports. So you are saying demand is less. Is demand is less or supply is less?
So both ways, sir. The demand is less, sir, and also the supply of finished steel products is also less, sir. So the government is trying to give a push to both of these aspects. It mentions in the recent budget of 2020-2021 that per capita consumption of steel has to be increased.
How much is the per capita consumption of steel in India?
Number I'm actually not aware of, sir. I don't know, sir.
Good. Tell me about. I'm a layman. I don't know anything. So you tell me about Visakhapatnam.
So Visakhapatnam is known as the jewel of the east coast of India and the city of destiny. It's the birthplace for great personalities like Alluri Sitaramaraju, Tegneti Viswanathan and Gurjad Apparao. And Visakhapatnam geographically is located in the northeast part of Andhra Pradesh, and it is the second largest city in Andhra Pradesh. And economically, Visakhapatnam has good port connectivity, one of the major port, a good international airport. And Visakhapatnam is also known for its contribution to the 1971 Indo-Pakistan War, where submarine called Kursura has actually played a crucial role.
Ghazi. The name of the submarine is
Ghazi.
the one that was got destroyed.
Sunk. Ghazi was sunk.
Yes, there is a submarine Kursura which was kept from museum in the Visakhapatnam, sir.
That is unconnected with the 71
Yes,
war.
yes. And also culturally, Visakhapatnam has a rich tribal culture in Araku. Yes, sir.
What are the tribes in that belt? Visakhapatnam, Vijayanagaram, Srikakulam belt. On the Andhra Pradesh side, there is another side, Orissa side. I just want to know the Andhra Pradesh side. What are the tribes?
So the names of the tribes I am not aware now, sir. It's private.
Have you been to Araku?
Yes, sir. I've been to Araku, sir.
Any other place?
I've been to Lampasangi also, sir.
Okay. So you didn't find out what is the name of those tribes.
The name of the tribes I could not find, sir, but I do got some good exposure of their culture, sir.
Okay, what is that culture?
Don't. There is another thing I should tell you. Either answer the question or don't. Don't introduce another subject. No, he didn't ask you about tribal culture. Now, having already said that you don't know the tribes, you will get into much more trouble in travel. You don't introduce new subjects.
Okay. See, there is what is called a hyperlink. My questions or anybody's questions first will be depending on your DAF. Once that is exhausted and you are reasonably comfortable, they will ask questions. For example, he asked about steel. India is the second largest producer of steel in the world, and we are a steel exporting country. Okay, anyway, steel. He was a regional steel controller, so steel, but you were not steel secretary.
I was actually additional secretary.
Steel.
And mines.
So it's a big ocean. Knowledge about steel. However, of course, world's largest hematite deposits are in Chhattisgarh. World's largest. So now we come back to the hyperlink. You needlessly walked into my trap. I asked you to talk about Visakhapatnam. It had two implications, Visakhapatnam city or Visakhapatnam district. You combined both. You went into the tribal part. And then I asked simply, what are there are only two major tribes there. So, Bhagatas and Valmisis in Visakhapatnam district. Sauras and all that are further north in Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram belt. Anyway, you didn't even name them. Then you went into the culture part. So I said, did you visit Araku? You said yes, and you were impressed with their culture. What is it that impressed you? So this comes from your mouth. These are to be avoided. Because that's not at all your strong point. A person who can't name the major tribes in that very district, talking about culture. So what is it that impressed you? Couldn't answer. That's a domain which you are not comfortable with. And moreover, you are a public ed man. You are not anthropologist. So anyway, this is a nice way for us to give you a feedback.
Another thing you see from this question only, when he said Vishakhapatnam, why is Vishakhapatnam known? Outside Vishakhapatnam, how is it known? One, it is a very safe, deep port. Isn't it? That's one very important. Now you said very correctly that it is actually grown in size. It is now the third largest port in India. So it is a port city, isn't it? Otherwise, you must actually say something like Andhra University or any other thing, which is so that people actually recognize it. But you started with Tenet Vishwanathan, you started with it has no relevance to the question.
Alluri Sitaram was not born there.
He actually was in
No,
West
West
Godavari.
Godavari man.
And
See-
these are not Tenet Vishwanathan, etc., not likely to be known in the universe.
See, yeah, he may not be known even in Andhra, except
That generation is gone.
Isn't it? So, you must
Even the
also
ship-
listen carefully.
even the
Listen
shipyard,
carefully the thrust of the question.
The shipyard,
Based
the
on that, you
BHP, the
start.
steel plant,
Eastern Naval Command headquarters.
and then
And of course-
the refinery or the Eastern Naval
Your
Command.
dad works.
Naval command is very important actually.
Those are much more.
And unnecessarily you linked the sinking of INS Ghazi to one of the later submarines.
Which is there for exhibition. Really.
That is also actually scrapped. See, it has
Decommissioned.
decommissioned, outlived its utility. So that's why they brought it here.
It's incapable of being anything other than scrap. Government of Andhra Pradesh said, you bring it here so that people out of curiosity will go inside and see how a submarine looks. That's all. After
So
which-
you-
which feedback did you find?
You have any questions to ask us?
No,
No,
so
that-
what I suggest is, in the light of our thing, see, before answering, listen carefully.
Yes.
And to his point, he has made already. To the point, and if you know correctly, and second, don't actually stray from the main question. Don't stray from the main question.
Yes, please.
Just one question on your hobby. So you have written that watching Telugu movies is one of your hobbies, right?
Yes.
Can you compare the quality of Telugu movies to Bollywood and Hollywood movies, the way you see it?
Technically, Telugu movies quality has improved a lot in the recent times and is matching the level of Bollywood. Our Telugu film industry is also coming up with big budget movies, and Bahubali movie is one such, which is the biggest crossing movie in India, including Tollywood and Bollywood. So yes, Tollywood is coming up with good scripts and good movies, and also the people who are appreciating Tollywood is also increasing and is going not only Andhra Pradesh but beyond Telugu, even the other people states are also addressing Tollywood. So it's an emerging industry.
I'll ask you one question. Has any Telugu film received an Oscar award?
No, sir.
Hmm?
No Telugu.
So you have to go to a standard. The question was related to a standard, isn't it? So when compared to Bollywood, when compared to Hollywood, you see, you have to.
This prestigious, Dada Saheb Phalke Award.
Yes.
Have any Telugu people got it? The actors or actors from the film industry. You don't know.
Yes, I know.
Yes, you don't have to work it out. It's not a mathematical problem. Either you know or you don't.
But I think when watching movies is your hobby, we expect a more nuanced.
When you
I
see about photography or music or actresses and actors moving from here to there and things like that, or the total number in a year,
Yes.
and blockbusters or like Bahubali, movies which have done better than any Hindi movie has ever done before or something like that, like Mughal Azam, etc.
Thanks to
Something.
computer graphics.
So basically, my advice is you are not listening carefully, and whatever you know around the subject you are wanting to tell, but concentrate only on the question, reply correctly to the question, and then as part of your preparation for the interviews, I suggest India 2019 book. You read from cover to cover.
When is the
You get a
interview?
lot of
Oh, you have time.
That's why you go through it. And then second, note down points. and be precise in answer.
Yeah. Don't make it both ways. Now, for instance, you said Tollywood is an emerging industry. It's not an emerging industry at all. It's among the top industries in the country. Emerging industries are perhaps Oriya, maybe Bhojpuri or something, or maybe not even those. So, don't be uncertain in your answers. Stick to one side. Okay, be firm. And then, when you don't know something, say you don't know. It doesn't matter at all. Don't say I have to learn or something. There's nothing. You don't have to be sheepish about your ignorance. There's nothing at all. Absolutely.
Coming to the three capitals, it's a political decision. There is no nexus between the location of the capital and the so-called development, except in real estate sector.
That's all. For building and land.
The land prices go up. That's all. Nothing.
And now Amravati will go down and Vizag will go up or whatever. Which is also a political.
And Vizag is already saturated. There are hills and sea. Where is the land?
In fact, I have questioned but where is the need for a capital? You need a secretariat, an assembly, and a high court. That's all. You don't need a capital city at all. Anyway, okay. Thank you.
So,
Is there anything you want to ask us?
Yes.
The capitals questions here. Can I take a stand there which is not of the government stand?
What did I say in the beginning? Were you listening to me?
Yes.
You take your own stand.
Yes.
Don't take any stand which is government stand or opposition stand. Which government stand, incidentally? Central government is not the same as state government. You want to support Modi or Jagan Mohan Reddy? Why do you get into all this? You give an answer on merits. Okay.
Or be an observer. Give both sides.
Exactly.
You say the ruling party feels like this. There are some who are opposed. And
then let wait and see.
Only you must be convinced that your logic is very sound and it is acceptable. Otherwise, there is no point. You are stating something which no one believes.
Thank you.